everybody, Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So glad you can join me. I appreciate your company, I really do. Welcome to all my new subscribers, welcome to all my older subscribers, and I don't mean in age, I just mean in you've been with me a long time. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some sort of like ruffled ripped paper, shabby chic, lacy tags with a tag in. That's got a transparency on it. I've brought some transparency photographs. You've seen them in previous videos. This one's just got a card one in. And on this one I've used a lot of lace, some vellum, we've got little doily pockets. This one I've used some lace, vellum and nice ribbon, and this one I used brown card, and we've got two tags in there with some lace. We've got a Franken tag because I mixed two pieces of digital together. I like my Franken tags, and this one has got a doily pocket as well, and it's got some little tags, and I found some Tracy labels. I was really excited when I found my Tracy labels. Pink monarch tag. So these are things that I brought with me last year, and some little toadstools. So this is what we're going to do. And what I did was, I was looking through my card, and I had some embossed card. I've got not a pile, but quite a bit of embossed card. And I just went over it. You can see where I've gone on the background, and I did it in like a pink, and then I did a little bit of vintage photo over the top. I've got my vellum. Now it's embossed vellum, and that's what I've been using, and you can see I kind of cut it to match the width of the card. So to get the ripped edges, what I'm using is I'm using my deckled edged scissors. So I want it from about there to about there, and I'm just not necessarily in a straight line, but I'm just going on a diagonal like that. And then this one we can do that way, but I don't want them too far, so I think we'll have that there so it's quite a bit open, and we'll have that one there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my microphone in because I forgot, so you might be able to hear me a little bit clearly now, because I know I mumble. And what we're going to do is I'm looking for my glue. There it is. It's because I put it upside down, and I'm going to sit down and we're going to stick this down. But first of all, I'll give you the dimensions of the tag. So I think the tag is, get your ruler up the right way, Julie. So it's 5 3/4 tall and 3 inches wide. Between 5 and 6 for a tag is ideal. And usually when I cut the paper out to do my diagonal bits, it's usually 3 inches I use. So I'm just going to go around the edge with a bit of glue. And it's a nice sunny day here in Cyprus today, but it's a bit windy. Not as warm as I would like it. inking the edge of the deckled edged bit. And what I usually do is I usually crunch it up a little bit, or I just wrap it around a pen, you know, a thin pen, or the handle of one of my paint brushes. And again, I'm just going to go over, just to give it that old burnt look. And we'll put that where I think I want it. So that's about right. And this one, I'm just going to I'm just pressing it down with my fingers on the edges, just crumpling it up a little bit. And again, and it's ground espresso, it's the archival ink I'm using. And again, and if it goes on the edge, that's fine, just adds. This one we want a little bit lower, I think, so we want the ink from there. And again, and we'll put that where we think we want it, and I think that's just about right. And then I'm just pressing it on the glue. Now I'm using art glitter glue. I know I've been asked a few times what glue I use on my vellum. And this isn't actually vellum, it's tracing paper, this bit, so it's not as strong as vellum. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take them off. I'll keep that bit, those two bits can go in. So there we are, we've got our nice crumpled edges for our tag to go in. And what I usually do is I put because the tag is 3 inches wide, I usually put a 2.5 inch tag inside. And I'm going to put lace on this one. I have been using digitals and bits of scrapbook paper and everything, but I think on this one, I think I'll put more lace. Nice bits of lace that came from, is it Lisa's Lace and Bling, or Lisa's Bling and Lace shop. I got these when I did the Christmas in December. I quite like that one. But I want some pink as well, so I have got some pink. I've got some kind of bright pink. I think that's maybe a bit too bright. This one. And these tend to, these are done sort of like they're gathered, so they, you know, they tend to go around in circles. So when you put them in a straight line, you get the gather. So do I want the white on the pink, and do I want it on that side? Yeah, I think I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there. I'm going to leave that. I'm using Fabri-Tac. And then we'll put this here. Now this isn't going to, this doesn't reach from there to there, but I'm not really bothered about it. If your last piece of lace doesn't fit the way you want it, just think out the box. You can always put something else just to cover that, or you can just leave it like that. I'm just holding it down. Fabric tack just takes a little bit longer to take than glitter glue, but once it grabs, it grabs. I think we've got it there. So, get these ones. I've had, these are probably the first scissors I got when I was crafting, so I've had them over 20 odd years, and these seem to be a lot sharper. These are the X-cut ones, and I use these more than anything, so the Fiskars are definitely better, definitely. And I'm just pushing that in a little bit because I want some of the pink. I don't want too much of it, but I just want a little bit of it, because then that sort of like brings the pink out there. And I think we'll put a lace doily there, so I'm not quite sure. And now the lace doilies, they're just about 3.5 inches in diameter, and what I do is I fold that up like that, fold that in, fold it in just so it's catching over, then I open it up and I cut these so that I can put them in like that, put that over like that, and then I usually glue them around the back. And that, I'm just doing that now because I just want to see what I want. Got some multicoloured one here, let me have a look. Some of it in white, that's probably better because it's got an iridescent glitter to it, this one as well. Yeah, so just let me, yeah, I think that's definitely what I'm looking for. Some fabric tack. And again, I'm just leaving it just until it catches. And I could have put that lace underneath and then put this one over the top, but it doesn't really matter because the doily is going to go over that. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to catch these edges. So we just fold that one over and it just catches that, and it's on a bit of a slant up so that you get that sort of like fluted look to it. And then fold that over, fold that in. Then you've got a little pocket there if you don't stick it down. Sometimes I stick it down, but I don't think I will this time. So we'll put a bit up there as well. And I'm just going to pop that down there. And again, I'm just, in fact I've got a nail file here. It's a bit grubby because I've been sanding bits of paper and card, and Okay, and I'm just popping this down here just to make sure I haven't caught too much of the edges. You can stitch around this. I stitched around one. I'm not going to stitch around this one. And do I want a little bit of this? On there, yep. I'll just fold that one up. And I'm just going to see what it's like with a little bit of pink underneath. Yeah. And if you wanted, you could fold that over, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of fabric tack on these little picots and just put them in like that. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to leave that to, that was the one that I wanted to see. No, I'm glad I picked what I did. And what I want is, I want some card. Oops, got little bits of glue stuck to me arm. Okay, so that isn't wide enough for me to use. Not for the name tag anyway, but sometimes I put a smaller tag in. Well, it's 2 inches. Normally I would put a 2.5 inch one, but that actually looks quite nice. Right, so I think we'll use that one, definitely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my tag edges. And this is just a store card, a rewards card, an old one. And that way I don't have to keep turning these little bits and pieces over. And I'm looking for my, no, I've got pink on the edge of this now. And I think I might do a little bit of stamping actually. And the colours I'm using, it's the Donna Salazar Designs mixed media, and it's the chiffon, and that was the one I was using. So I'm going to get these big flower stamps out. I'm going to use the rose one. Okay, and I'm just so you can just barely see it, and the lids fit in the bottom, so I've just took the one off the patina. This one is coral, I think. No, it's peach. So I've not wiped the stamp, I'm not bothered. And I'm just, in fact what I'll do is I'll turn it round and we'll have the rose both sides. And there you are, so you can just barely see it. This would be ideal for embossing powder because it's quite a wet glue. It's quite a wet ink, so it holds the embossing powder. But unfortunately, I've not brought my heat gun or any embossing powders with me, so not to worry there. We'll not be doing that. And I'm just going to go around it in brown. Again, the ground espresso, just to make it pop. And I'm just swithering whether to put a tiny bit of script on that. Let me have a look, see what it looks like. I quite like it like that, so I'm going to leave it like that. So we'll leave that one. I've got this one that'll fit in. No, I've not left it open, so that'll fit in there. So what I'm doing is I'm just drawing around here. This is a punch that I've got at home, and usually when I've got spare bits of card and stuff like that, I go before I clear my desk. I use all my spare bits on my circle punches and my tag punch, and we'll rub this pencil out. And what have I got here? I've got some cherry blossom. This is on my little birdies. And I think what we'll go for is we'll go for a saltwater taffy, I think, because it kind of that's a bit juicy, so we'll need to leave that dry. Put that there. And what else do I want on this one? I think we might go for Rusty Hinge on the pink one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it off on there first. Okay, we'll put that back. I'll wash them later. Put that over there, that back there, that back there. And I'm just waiting on this dry, and I'm just going to dab it down a bit. That's it. And we'll put that in there. I thought I might have left the pocket open, but I haven't. So we can put them in there. I think we might have that on there, quite like it. And I'm putting it on with that glitter glue. Yep. And do we want some flowers? Yeah, I think we will. I'm just going to go around them. I'm just using the pink end. It was black, but I washed the sponge, so I'm going to use some labels as well. Right, I'm going to put that there, and just going to cut this Tracy label out. Sometimes with the Tracy labels, I cut 2 to a page, so you get them like really small, and they're ideal for tags and things like that. Any little tiny small spaces. I like them the normal size, but I do like to cut them out. I do like to print them out 2 to a page as well. And the only thing is when it's small like that, you can't tell which is the right way up. I think what we might do is just peel that back a little bit. Put that there. And then I'll do this one in the brown edge. And we'll just cut the little bit of bottom off this one. It's one good thing about these glue bottles with the syringe tips is that you can get like all these tiny little bits of your die cuts glued. I used to sort of like put it on my arm and dip it in my arm, and then I'd forget to take it off. Nope, take it off with this one. Put that in the bin. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to punch some holes in and put some ribbon in. Now, if you've been following me, you know I've not got my crocodile here with me. It's my eyelet setter. And it is a bit noisy, but what I do is I do it, but I quieten the video down. Yep. So I just make a noise getting my hammer out the drawer. Okay, so this is the largest hole, and I think it's probably 3/16. Let me have a look, see if I can get it on this. This is in centimetres. So it's just under 1/2 centimetre, the the diameter on that one. So as I said, I will quieten this one down a bit. And you can see where I've been happily punching holes, and just go around these with some ink. Take that one off. Put this one back on because this is the one that I use most of all, and it does set eyelets. I'm not putting eyelets in, I'm just putting ribbon. And I'm just getting my string. It's all unravelled, so it's stuck in that drawer. I think I punched that one too near the edge, but never mind. What I like to do with this kind of twine is I like to open it, so you get like a frilled and if you just untwist it, put my scissors in it like that, and it opens. I mean, it is twisted and it is meant to keep it sort of like together, but there we are. If we can do a loop. No. I'm going to tie this one in a knot. Oh, my knuckles cracked there. Okay. And then these two I'm going to put ribbon in. I'm not putting string in them. So we've got some of this, and I think this one probably in here, and this, and this is organza ribbon. And again, tie it in a knot. because I like the way it sits. And then if you just pull the edges of the ribbon, it tightens the knot itself. And then we'll fold them together and then go in over, and that gives it the bow look. Again, fold them together and point the scissors in towards the knot. Okay. And this one I've got some, it says boodles, so it says something else underneath, but I can't make out what it says. I'd need a magnifying glass. It's quite, but I'm assuming that boodles is like a bath or something that's wrapped in ribbon. It could be pajamas, because I know my pajamas sometimes come in the wrapped in ribbon. And I take the ribbon off and put it straight in my craft room. And I'm not really bothered about what it says on there. And we'll just put that one up the way, and that one up the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm just looking for my lighter. I've got it. And I'm just burning the edges because this ribbon tends to fray, and so does the organza. So be careful if you do this that you don't set your craft room on fire or whatever. It's done it. Wasn't quite sure. You don't have to put the flame right on it. The heat of the flame, especially with organza. Is enough to sear the ends. I'm just pulling that a little bit more. Okay. And then we'll put that one in there. And that one in there. And there we have a nice little shabby chic lace tag. Oh, and I had that one, didn't I? And I'll put that one in there. That's one that I've made at home, but I think I might use that for something else because I'm going to do some circle dangle tags. But there you are. And they look quite nice in your journals. So you can do them grungy with the craft card or the brown card. You can do them with your digitals. You can do them with digitals and lace. Or you can do them just with all lace and vellum. So I hope you get something out of that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.